There's been a lot of talk on social media the last few days regards a video that I put up where Dictator Dan claimed that at 262 Sydney Road, Coburg, yes, Coburg, and not Brunswick, is where an Asian woman supposedly had corona BS, and that site was listed as an exposure site. Well, we've been informed by so many people that live in the area that know this place was closed for at least 10 months. And it was under lease. It was Big Belly. It was known as Big Belly, as you can see in the sign here. If you do a search for Big Belly on their website, there's no mention of this site anymore. They're at Brunswick. So this place, which is not used anymore, I wouldn't say it's run down, but it's a nothing place under lease. Supposedly had, as it says here, from the Herald Sun, and I've just mentioned that, Herald Sun has brought this out, 5 or 6 days after it was announced by Dictator Dan, and 2 or 3 days after it was exposed as being a fake address where nothing was being held. The Herald Sun just happens to put out this article, Inside Rice Feeding Dinner Linked to Outbreak. The restaurant which hosted a rice feeding dinner party linked to the latest virus outbreak said it was only the venue's second ever function. Second ever function in I don't know how long. Some claim that people bought the lease in January. I don't know. Second ever function. Who in their right mind would, start up a restaurant now in these times anyway? No way. No way anyone would start up a restaurant in these times. But how unlucky. The second ever function, and this happens to have an outbreak of corona BS. If you believe that, I've got a bridge to sell you in the Sahara Desert. So why aren't Herald Sun, all the other mainstream media actually reporting on this, doing proper journalism, questioning what's going on here? Something really stinks to high heaven. I mean, as if you'd have a rice feeding dinner party at the joint that's, leasing, it's closed. Guaranteed the electricity and the gas aren't even connected. Why would you? Why would you connect electricity and gas when there's nothing happening at this place? It's under lease. And if you did rent it out in January, surely you'd have it operating, and you wouldn't just have it for 2 functions, 2 stinking functions in all that time. So just want to end on that. I've been attacked big time by Dan Tards on the video. It's gone pretty viral because it's been shown all over Facebook. Someone has to come out and really prove what is going on here. What is going on here? Were there people there on February the 6th? Possibly, but nothing to do with the rice feeding dinner party. Probably Dictator Dan's cronies there, just there to sort of create a situation so they can use this bullshit address. And I'm hearing not only here, but a bakery in Broadmeadow supposedly is a exposure site as well. They said on the Tuesday, this Asian woman was there. She travels a lot, this woman. Broadmeadows, Coburg, all over Melbourne, apparently. But as of course I keep mentioning, there's no photo of this woman, no name. And they love using Asian people because no one's going to query it. But yeah, the bakery in Broadmeadows, yeah, it's not open Tuesdays. Can you believe it? It's not open Tuesdays, but it's been listed as her being there on a Tuesday. So I just want to get away from that and speak about the big thing that's coming. Today's Thursday the 18th. apparently Monday is the big day, the rollout of the Vaseline. Amazingly, as soon as the Australian Tennis Open ends, the next day is the rollout. How convenient is that? And just on the Australian Tennis Open, we're so concerned about not bringing in this deadly, fast spreading mutant, UK mutant virus, whatever, that we allow highly paid idiots, tennis players, who are all for themselves, from all over the world, all different virus spreading countries, all over the world. They can fly in to play in a tennis tournament in a city which has just gone through, the worst lockdown in world history anywhere. We're at tenterhooks, even one case, and we're going to lock down again for 5 days. But yet, we're allowed to fly in. Well, there's 128 in men's and women's. That's 256 tennis players. Not to mention coaches, staff, personal trainers, family, whatever. Well, it must double. It has to be over 500 people. 500 people plus. From all over different places of the world. They're allowed to fly in, yet there are Australians who live in Australia who have gone overseas and they're not allowed back in. They're not, especially in Victoria, they're not allowed to fly back to where they live, where they actually live. But yet, these clowns here can come in and supposedly quarantine for 14 days, the usual bullshit. But no, we won't allow our own citizens to fly back and quarantine 14 days, same thing. What's the difference? No, they're not allowed. They've got to stay out of this country until we say so. It is a freaking joke. It is an absolute joke. Like I said, elitist sport is absolute crap. It's all controlled all over the world. I used to love sport, not now. They can get stuffed. I have not watched a tennis match so far. I don't give a shit. I don't care who's winning. Every other year, I'd be watching it every night. No more for me, sorry. So, yeah, the rollout of the Vaseline starting Monday. Well, is something going to happen? Is something going to happen that's going to really, really get people frightened to queue up? You can guarantee the moronic mask wearers will be, they will be queuing up for miles with the sleeves rolled up. They can't wait for the Vaseline. Cannot wait for it. Even though there's been no deaths in Australia for the last 4 months. No deaths, and yet they cannot wait for it. We've never had a Vaseline like this ever before in history where, we were virtually forced to take it. Never before. We've had the flu for how long? We've been asked to take the flu vaccine, but not forced. Go through all the other, H1N1, swine flu, mad cow disease, all these different diseases that we've had. Never been forced to have a vaccine, but for some reason they want you to have one here. So there it is, Monday. I don't know where it's going to start. Supposedly there's only a small number, not even 1 million. They use that because they say there's a shortage. They get into people's heads, there's a shortage, which means people go, oh, fuck. Oh, I've got to get it. I've got to get in early. There's a shortage. I want my Vaseline right now. So the dumb, I shouldn't say it, but yeah, dumb fucks, they'll be queuing up early because there's a shortage. Yeah, shortage my ass. So who's going to take it first? I don't know. Supposedly the front line, as they call them, health workers, doctors, nurses, the order followers. You got to wonder what's going to be in their Vaseline. I can't see, you know, frontline workers, nurses, police, whatever, dropping dead like flies. Are they going to have the real Vaseline like the general public? I don't know. I don't know what their script is, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe if you're a frontline worker, you've done the job for them and they're going to look after you. But, you know, what's going to happen with the elderly, the over 65s? We know that they've got an agenda to cull cull the population, but more so the elderly people, because they're a burden on society. You know, we don't like paying out social welfare for these old people. They're useless to us. These aren't my words. They're the words of the powers that be. Yeah, let's cull the elderly. They've done that supposedly with this BS19 in the old age homes, where they don't even let you visit them. Yeah, they die quicker than normal, and families get the phone call, yeah, they died from BS19, and people accept it. Yeah, there's no care for the elderly anymore. This is not just here in Australia, but worldwide, more so in America, UK. But anyway, just want to say those few things. I mean, like I said, I'm not really sure what's going on with the rollout on Monday. I don't watch the news. I don't, I can't be bothered. Check it out on all this crap. It's just got too much for me. Not just me, for everyone else. But, the things we're hearing. Greg CUNT said the other day that, it's all ready to go the day after the Australian Tennis Open. When everyone's happy, the men's final will be finished on Sunday night, whatever. Who gives a stuff? Who gives a stuff if Djokovic defeats Nadal? Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with Djokovic. Supposedly he's, anti-Vaseline. I don't know what talk's been going on with him. But anyway, we'll see what eventuates. So anyway, this is it, guys. This is it. 4 days to go. This is what it's all about. Who knows what's going to happen after this? Well, one thing's for certain. If you take the Vaseline, nothing's going to change. You still got to wear your nappies on your face. You still got to social distance. You still got to sanitize. You're still going to have all this shit at restaurants, supermarkets, cafes, whatever. Signs on the floor telling you where to stand. Nothing's going to change. Because they've said it themselves. The Vaseline, they don't know what it's going to do, whether it's going to stop the spread, the bullshit spread, or whether it's going to save you from dying, whatever. They don't know. But I know one thing for sure, it's got nothing to do with any virus. Nothing whatsoever. Because how can you have a Vaseline for something that doesn't exist? And I'll end it on that.